Oh boy. Once again, it's that time. Time for the Fike Club. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Richie Fike, and I am a 40-something father of a teenage genius.
Thank you. You're so nice and flattering. You're a lovely father.
I appreciate that. You know, I just believe in the power of positivity. I believe the more I speak these words, the more they become true.
You have not because you've not asked not.
There you go. Well, you added one too many. There's like a triple negative situation going on.
Look, you don't judge me.
That ought to be your new nickname, triple negative.
Triple negative. I like it.
Anyway, so Justus, we are here once again. It's been quite the week for you, my brother.
Yeah.
And if the listeners have finely tuned ears, they might be able to tell a slight difference
in the way I'm talking.
In the way you're talking. Because your top lip can't quite get over your teeth like they used to.
Yeah, I got some braces on one day, and it feels extremely different. Because, like, whenever I'm moving my mouth, I have a tendency to move my lip up.
Yes.
But now it just, like, stops at the middle of my teeth.
Yeah, that's weird.
And, like, the back of my face, it's just like, move it up.
The back of your face?
Okay, look, don't judge.
Words are hard.
It's just difficult.
So are you in pain today?
Not necessarily. The numbing has went away because the all-powerful, what is it called? I don't know. Advil.
Strongest pain reliever in the game today.
Strongest pain reliever in the game, you know?
So anyway, I'd like to introduce to the listeners, we have a very special guest on today's episode.
We do. The all Marvel knowing in Star Wars.
Yeah, we have someone on our episode who's a bit of an expert.
At everything, how should I say this without offending people?
Nerd?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, we should talk about that when we get to it. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, McKinney Church's very own youth pastor. Is that your title?
That's my title.
Youth pastor extraordinary, Mr. Jack Grimes. Give it up for Jack Grimes.
What is up? Thanks for having me here. Yeah,
so
fun.
Jack, do you wear the word nerd in 2018 as like a badge of honor?
Oh, that's nerds rule the world.
Yeah, they do. They're smart. They got
really
money.
Do. Elon Musk is just killing it.
Yeah, come on. And he's like the nerdest of all nerds.
He is.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's just spending money on things that...
Do you think Elon Musk still watches Marvel movies?
He probably is beyond that.
He thinks he is Tony Stark.
I think that's his goal.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know who we're talking about, by the way, but I'm pretty sure he's not Tony.
Elon Musk, the guy that invented the Tesla.
Oh, that guy.
Tesla and SpaceX and...
I don't know what SpaceX is. Oh, wait, that's like the company that goes to space. Yep. Got it.
Yeah. Anyway, so Jack, you're with us today, and we're very glad that you're here.
I appreciate it. I'm glad that you do. It's good times.
And you've listened to the Fight Club.
I have, yeah.
You're a faithful listener.
I was listening. I loved Uncle Drew episode,
yes.
So that actually made me want to see it.
It
was not on my radar.
No.
And now
Serious?
it is. Yeah. I had seen the commercials, but I had never, thought it was even worth my time.
The commercial was
money.
The commercial was bad.
Just the fact that they made a movie based off a commercial.
Yeah.
Genius.
Really, I think Shaq is the best part of that movie. Thinking back on it now.
Are we allowed to spoil it since most people have seen it?
There's no point in spoiling it. You are so dead set on spoiling movies.
I do, because it's like something, I don't like having restrictions. I like to be able to just talk. I don't want to be worried about what I'm saying is like, oh, well, now I can't see the movie because I got spoiled.
Right, but who is the central character in the story you just told?
I don't know.
It's
me?
Justus. That's right. You're the central character.
Maybe Richie Fike too?
No. So what if the central character in the story that we tell is our listener? See what I'm saying?
Mind blown.
Boom.
I'm confused in all different languages. What?
This is going to be a fun episode.
I will say that Uncle Drew and Shaq, I'm praying for a Shazam reboot.
Dude.
Or a Steel reboot.
They did make a Shazam.
Steel.
They made a Shazam PS4 game.
They did, and they made a new Shaq Fu game.
They did?
They did.
For what platform?
PS4. Current platforms.
I don't know about it.
Yeah.
I need to have this in my life.
We're going to go buy it.
Useless knowledge in my head.
Shaq fu. You know, and I missed out. Someone brought this to my attention. I can't remember who it was, but I missed out on bragging a little bit in our Uncle Drew episode about the fact that my mom tutored Shaquille O'Neal in college. Cool. And I was dating this girl. I was a junior in high school. And I had the choice between either playing basketball, working at McDonald's in order to pay for having a girlfriend, right? So I had all this stuff going on. And it was basically, I had to choose between McDonald's or playing basketball. And really...
that's not a hard
But really, the choice was, do I want to have a girlfriend and be able to take her on dates or not?
And you chose the girlfriend.
Well, I sat down. I was on Shaquille O'Neal's dorm room bed. He's playing Nintendo 64, okay? And he wasn't really paying attention to me, but my mom had told him the whole story. And he looked down at me and he said, "A lot of fish in the sea." That's all he ever told me. He said, "A lot of fish in the sea." And I was like, okay, thanks, Shaq.
Thanks, Shaq.
Lot of fish in the sea.
I feel like we needed like a deep thoughts by Shaq. I know. We had deep thoughts by Jack Haley. We needed deep thoughts with Shaq.
But I totally knew exactly what he meant. You know, he was trying to tell me, like, there's a lot of fish in the sea, and I got it. Anyway, I chose the girl, but then I ended up...
Wow, you don't listen to Shaq? You don't listen to Mr. Shaq?
Is that one of your biggest life regrets?
It's a regret because then I later got fired from that job.
Oh yeah, that story's hilarious.
Because of a chicken McNugget war that we had.
That's a good reason to get fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, and it was like a frozen nugget that hit one of the customers.
Yeah. Me and this guy Wong, we used to throw chicken nuggets at each other.
His name was Wong.
It was, yeah, we would have like these ninja wars where we would throw chicken nuggets because like there's like a whole tray of cooked chicken nuggets,
right? That
they're just there whenever people order them. You pull out 6, put it in the box, and there's like hundreds of them in there. But they go bad after an hour.
So you gotta toss them.
So you gotta toss them. But we never did. We would like put them in like a bucket, and then we would fight with each other all night with the chicken nuggets. So there was like chicken nugget war. Well, one time he got me like super, super good. Like he surprised me and popped me right like below my eye. And it like, there was like a black eye situation. And I was like, I'm going to get Wong back.
This is my favorite part of podcasting.
Yeah. So I went to the freezer and I got 3 frozen chicken McNuggets.
Ouch.
And they're in my pocket like David with the smooth stones. You know what I mean? I mean, this straight, I'm going to go
sling them.
I'm going to slay Goliath with these suckers.
You forgot to mention, this was like before McDonald's closed.
What do you mean?
Like the restaurant was still
McDonald's
open.
is very open.
Yep.
Yes. And so, anyway, long story short, I threw this thing, and right as I threw it, Wong saw me, and he matrixed me. He, like, dodged the bullet, you know? And so the nugget went over his left shoulder, through the little window from the kitchen to the front counter. I mean, I put all my strength into this. So it's like zipping. It goes past him, through the window, and hits this Chinese lady in the eye. And broke her glasses. and then, like, both of us, like, hit the floor. Like, hit the deck. Like, we're laying on the ground. I was like, I'm in trouble. I'm in a lot of trouble. And Wong's dying laughing. Anyway, the manager came back and said, both of you hit the bricks. So we got fired.
Wait, so I want to know, what did you tell your girlfriend about what happened to the job?
I told her the whole story.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I was like, you know, I was kind of proud of it. You know?
I would be too.
But anyway, it was bad news. I got in trouble at McDonald's. That's how I got fired. And so, anyway.
Are you banned from that McDonald's?
So I think the moral of the story is listen to Shaq. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Moral of this whole life story. I didn't listen to Shaq.
I think he saw it coming. I think he knew what was going to happen.
I think he did too.
Anyway, so you got braces, and then something traumatic happened to me this week that I need to talk about because because I'm very upset.
Now you
I'm
can't
very
wear
upset.
the certain shoes.
You may have seen, Jack, that I have a lot of paraphernalia with the RF logo.
Yes.
I mean, right now he's literally wearing it.
Am I wearing one right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I just most of my gear is RF gear. I play tennis. I love tennis. My name is Richie Fike, and Roger Federer's logo is the RF logo. Well, this week he showed up to Wimbledon. There was all these rumors he might not re-sign with Nike because his deal was up in March. He showed up to Wimbledon wearing Uniqlo, which is you've never heard of.
Never heard of it.
They make plain white T-shirts. If you go to the Uniqlo website,
how much money do they have to give him to wear?
They are a $4 billion company.
Wow.
What?
It's disgusting. I don't understand it. Anyway.
Wait, so if I sold white shirts, I could be a built...
In Japan, apparently. I'm
moving to Japan.
Okay. Well,
Have fun.
Good luck with that. With a face like that, who wouldn't buy a T-shirt from you?
Just buy my T-shirt.
So, Roger Federer signed a deal with Uniqlo. I can't be mad at him. It's
10 years.
10-year, $300 million contract. How you doing? In his life, Roger Federer, for winning tennis tournaments, has won $107 million. That's his life earnings. So they gave him $300 million, and they said, we don't care if you play tennis or don't. You're going to get paid for the next 10 years. And then reportedly, he went to Nike and said, would you like to match it?
Which I think is a smart call. Yeah.
And Nike was like, nah, we're good. So now my logo is gone because Nike owns the logo.
You think they'll do something new though?
Maybe, but it won't be as cool as this.
Well, good news is now you get to move on to a plain white shirt man.
Yeah, right. That's the real test of my loyalty to Federer.
If you're wearing plain white Uniqlo shirt,
am I willing to wear the plain white Uniqlo T-shirt?
Bro, if I ever saw you in that, I would take a picture.
I will confess. I went to the Uniqlo website to see if there's any RF stuff. Because I was like, let me just see. And there isn't. It's just plain white T-shirts.
You know what? Thanks, Federer. We're just going to still make white T-shirts.
That's right.
Good idea.
His gear that he's wearing right now at Wimbledon is the plainest, dumbest thing I've ever seen.
What is he wearing?
It's like a white shirt. Of course, Wimbledon, all you can wear is white. So I'm looking forward to see what he wears to the U.S. Open. But
I bet Haynes and Fruit of the Loom are just kicking themselves right
You know? Right? Seriously.
They could have been on that Roger Federer white shirt game.
White T-shirt game. That's right.
I feel like from now on, you're just going to wear white.
I don't know. It's not flattering.
You remember that
He's more of a Johnny Cash man.
That tennis club you were at you had to wear all white?
Right. Bocage in Baton Rouge.
You should go back there and say, since Federer's doing it, I'll do it.
Yeah. I do have an... So, it was a rough week for me. And so, I'm just asking for prayers.
And Roger Federer, we know you're listening. Get something to Richie.
Yeah, you did me dirty, Raj. I did go on a run. Dana gave me permission to go on an internet run. Yeah, Dana gave me permission, and I went and bought all the Roger Federer stuff I could find. So I should be set unless I either gain a lot of weight or lose a lot of weight.
Which you are doing the latter
I am losing, and I did because I'm a double X, but I did buy some extra large stuff. So this is kind of like exercising my faith.
It's a goal.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I was like, I believe one day I'm going to be able to wear this comfortably and loosely. Anyway, all right. So with all that said, it's time to attack our nerddom, our inner nerds with a movie that you, Justus, had super low expectations for going into.
I was like, this is either going to be really bad or really bad.
Yeah, he was not hyped about this movie, but I knew it was going to be really good, and I'm sure you probably had.
I thought it was going to be good too.
You had high expectations.
Yeah.
So the movie of the week this week is Ant-Man and the Wasp.
The movie of the week.
Movies, see the movies. Old stuff and the newbies. Movies, see the movies. Fight Club at the movies. Movies, see the movies. Don't sleep on the Goonies. Movies, see the movies. Old stuff and the newbies. Movies.
The movie of the week.
This is, of course, a sequel to
Ant-Man.
Yeah, what year was Ant-Man? Was it
2015?
15,
Yeah, I think 2015.
Because the year before that was Guardians.
Yeah, and that movie was a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guardians is like either Guardians or Guardians 2 or Thor or this movie. Those are the 4 best Marvel movies.
Yeah, but when Ant-Man came out, the first one in 15, I think it had super low expectations. A lot of people didn't think that it was going to be a great movie. And there was all that hullabaloo about Edgar Wright. You remember that?
Yep. Yeah, because he initially started it, wrote the script, and then it just didn't work out.
I'm getting worn out with our machine right now, but I'm going to let this be on the podcast. I have now had to press edit and cut like 25 times as we record this. Anyway, so Edgar Wright fell apart in the first Ant-Man, and then somebody else who stepped in.
So Peyton Reed stepped in,
Yeah,
and it directed this one.
But the whole key is Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
And what's the Mexican guy?
Luis. Michael Pena.
Michael Pena. He's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk expectations for this sequel, and then we'll talk about kind of the plot a little bit. Justus, you go first. You said you had low expectations for this movie. Why?
Well, first of all, I felt like after Infinity War, they needed to explain where he was, and they didn't do that till the end, But I thought it was going to be like, this is going to be like afterwards, and it's going to be like, well, where were you? So I was like expecting a bad adaptation after Infinity War.
They did do a good job, I think, of disguising when the movie was taking place.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Even all throughout it, I kind of was like, okay, yeah, but like, where were they?
Yeah.
So that was good. See, but you had low expectations because of Infinity War?
Yeah, I felt like after Infinity War, it would have had to been really good to even have a chance at being like any good.
Okay, and what did you think, Jack? You had high expectations?
Yeah, I had high expectations, I think, because it's not an origin movie.
Right.
You get to the action and some of the character development a lot quicker.
That wears me out.
And so, yeah, and I get tired of the origin movie.
There's so many of them.
There are. And you have to, with a guy called Ant-Man, you have to explain it, because it's just weird.
Hey, I had a super random thought today.
Yep. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Aren't all Panthers black?
No.
Like, is there a different...
No, but the black is saying, like, the character, not the
I
panther.
know, but I'm saying, like that's implied.
That's true.
It'd be like saying, I am gray elephant. Like, I've never seen a different color elephant than gray.
And it doesn't sound as good.
No, well, that's true. I am elephant.
I am
But,
gray.
like,
But if you just said, I'm Panther.
Panther's pretty cool.
Panther's like a good
But I
movie.
think that's probably, I would have bet to imagine, had something to do with the original Black Panthers.
Like the Black Panther movement.
I would bet it.
But even that.
Came around.
Why did they need to say we are the black? We see you are black. Everybody can see that. Just call yourself the Panthers.
Okay, well, let's just not question.
Is that a stupid thought?
Let's not question.
This is letting you inside the brain of Richie Fike. I was driving down Hewlin today and I was like, I think all Panthers are black.
But I feel like most superheroes have like 2 names. There's very few that I just have besides there's like Thor, but Iron Man, Spider-Man.
Do you include the word "the" as a 2?
Yeah.
No.
The Flash.
No.
Nobody
the Hulk.
cares about the Flash.
That hurt me.
But Hulk's also sometimes Incredible Hulk.
Incredible Hulk.
And then there's Captain America.
Captain America.
You have to say it, Captain America.
Captain This Is America. His middle name is This Is.
Yes. Captain This Is America.
Captain This Is America. Okay.
That is probably our longest running joke.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I just thought about that today. I had moderate expectations because I just felt like they know what they're doing with this thing. But I will say, I wasn't all that fired up about the Wasp.
Adding the Wasp to it was like...
It felt
it's
like...
not really...
That's the part of it that I was like, they better do this right or I might hate it. You know?
Yep.
And I was surprised.
Yep.
I like her.
Yep.
Evangeline Lilly's good. I've liked her ever since Lost. Did you watch Lost?
I didn't watch Lost. No.
Really?
No.
You saved yourself from a lot of heartache.
That's good.
Yeah.
Can I
Okay.
just say something real quick?
Yeah.
You know that movie with The Rock that's gonna be really bad?
Skyscraper.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Skyscraper.
Don't you dare say that. Skyscraper's going to rule.
Skyscraper is gonna be the worst movie of the summer.
It's going to be the Die Hard for Gen Z.
I'm so fired up about it. Skyscraper's going to rule, bro.
That's what's going to be. Die Hard
You're
for
going to
Gen
walk
Z.
away from Skyscraper going, best movie of the year.
No, I'm not. That movie's gonna, like, from what I've seen, that movie looks terrible.
Okay, so what's your point?
It looks terrible.
You just wanted to say that randomly?
I just really wanted to say that. Like,
Okay.
it's been on my mind the past couple days because, like, on YouTube, they just keep playing the trailer.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is, like, going to be repetitive and not good.
I think it's going to be absolutely epic. I cannot wait.
Isn't it based off of a game?
I don't know. Rampage is.
Oh.
Now, Rampage, did you see that?
I didn't.
We
I
didn't
did.
see it. And that one looked bad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Rock, please stop. Don't make that movie. But he kind of can't lose. Okay, so let's talk about the basic plot without spoiling it. I'll do this for you, Justus.
Oh, but mine's fun.
You're going to give stuff away.
No, I'm not.
All right, go for it. What's the basic plot of the movie?
Okay, so Ant-Man, under house arrest. He's playing with his daughter. They're having fun. They're being like, man, this is really cool. Okay, 3 days left of house arrest. Then, when he's in the bath, he gets a message from the wife of Dr. Pimp. He's a pimp, so we don't question it.
Wait, did you say that?
He's a pimp?
Isn't that his name, Dr. Pimp?
Dr. Pimp.
That's his name, right?
It is now.
Sadly, it's not his name. I wish it was.
Dude, that is the best name ever. What's up, y'all? My name's Dr. Pimp.
Yes.
I got my doctorate in pimping. Dr. Pimp. Okay.
Wait, what's his actual name?
Pimp.
Pimp. P-Y-M. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm pronouncing it right then.
But you're saying pimp. With
Oh.
an extra P.
So it's just there's no P.
Yep.
Man.
Blame it on the braces.
Okay, we'll blame it on the braces.
Dr. Pimp.
Yeah, Dr. Pimp. So he's like building this machine that's gonna make him small, like super small, to where he's like smaller than cells. We'll go with that one. 'Cause
Where is it they go, Jack? What is the plasma world or
The
You know what, I
Quantum
think-
realm.
Quantum realm?
Quantum
You know
realm.
what? You know this story more than me. I'm gonna hand this off to Jack.
That's good. Tag team. He tagged you in. Go ahead.
Yeah, so basic plot, they're trying to find Mrs. Dr. Pimp. Not Mrs.
Pimp.
Dr. Pimp.
The original
We're gonna call her
Wasp.
Pimp.
She's lost in the quantum.
Yeah.
And so they need Ant-Man to help. He's kind of the key to help finding her. And
Because
so,
he's been where she is.
Yep, he's been in the first movie
And
at
she
the
has
very
like,
end.
and he has like a message in his brain.
Yep. And so they're trying to find her, and he's risking losing house arrest, and he's risking his family, basically.
Yes.
And then there's a ghost girl thing guy. I don't know.
That's the bad guy.
Yep.
That's the bad guy, but there was no real bad guy.
So the quest of the movie is that Dr. Pimp is trying to find Mrs. Pimp.
yeah.
That's the quest of the movie.
Yep.
Dr.
and-
Pimp gotta find his other pimp.
You
You
gotta
know,
find Mrs. Pimp. You know, you can't live if you're a Dr. Pimp. You can't live without Mrs. Pimp.
you know, like Miss Pimp. She's pimping it up.
Okay. Too far. Took it too far. Okay.
There's never a too far.
So what? Okay. So they were really like there were two bad guys in the movie.
I didn't
you
feel
say?
like there was
Technically,
any
I
bad
would say that
guys.
there was 3 bad guys.
Okay, so there was Walton Goggins,
Yep.
the rich guy, the guy that was like doing all the tech stuff.
Yep.
Then there was Ghost.
Ghost.
Oh,
And
and
then Shield.
What?
Lawrence Fishburne.
No. Well, because I would count him with.
Big giant guy.
Well, that we're spoiling something, but I would have counted Shield because he was trying to avoid Shield and the house arrest thing. So they were.
That wasn't Shield. That was the police.
That was just a cop. That was the FBI.
Oh, I thought it was Shield. Sorry.
House
Shield's,
of- that-
Shield's been
the
dead
FBI.
since Captain America 2.
Yeah, I don't think Shield
Yeah.
is like a remnant now.
Yeah, that is remnant. So so the feds. So that I would count the feds as part of
The feds are back.
I just want to say this again because we talked about this for both I'm just going to call it Panther from now on. We talked about this with Panther.
We didn't do a podcast with Panther.
And we talked about this with Avengers Infinity War.
We did do it.
The thing that Marvel does better than anybody else is
relatable bad guys.
Their bad guys don't think that they're bad guys.
Yep.
They don't. They're not evil. Their intent, while it might be selfish, mostly you could recognize that they think they're doing the right thing.
I feel like the best comparison for the Marvel villains are sins that most people do on a daily or weekly basis.
Wow. Talk more about that.
Oh, so like Ghost is like selfishness, a want to survive,
Right.
a want to not do what God's wanting us to do. Thanos is control,
Right.
and I guess Black Panther would be also control.
You mean Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan.
What was his name?
Killmonger.
Killmonger.
Would
Yeah.
be.
He felt like he had a rightful place on the throne. He thought he actually should have been the king, and he was right, by the way.
Yeah, it was right.
So anyway, I'm just saying, what I love about Marvel is they're bad guys. There's a righteousness about them. They're doing what they think is the right thing.
Yep.
Like in DC, all the bad guys are slimy, evil, terrible people. Like knowingly evil people.
Yeah, they have shades of gray. You know, they're not just clearly
Right.
one way or the other.
I love that.
Yeah, me
DC
too.
movies are terrible.
So far, they have been.
Other than Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman was good. Yeah.
Have they released any this year?
No, the last one was Justice League,
And that was terrible.
and they've slowed way down. Anyway, okay. So, what was the best? What was y'all's favorite scene in the movie?
Ooh.
Favorite scene? Do you have one, Jack?
Well, I know.
You have one, Justice? Go ahead.
So, there's this one scene where Dr. Pimp is, in front of the reel, and Wasp just left the car, and Ant-Man is just sitting there thinking, and then Dr. Pimp decides, hey, stop daydreaming.
Oh my gosh.
Again,
Daydreaming about my daughter.
Yeah.
You laughed so hard in that
I
moment.
did.
Like that was a moment in our showing where people were like, ha ha ha. Like that's how they laugh. Not Justus. He was like, he goes, ha 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 ha. And I was like, oh my
Are you
God.
okay?
I was like, are you alright? He goes, did you hear what he said? He's daydreaming about his daughter. I was like, whoa, dude, you're on another level right now. So yeah, you're right. That was your favorite scene.
That was the funniest scene for me.
Yeah, you like that. What about you, Jack?
There towards the end, just where they were shuffling after the building, the three parties, and just the scale of the cars and
He's
ghosts.
big, he's giant, he's small, and all that stuff.
I would say that and the middle school.
Oh yeah.
The middle school scene to me
when he picks him up
was hilarious. I don't want to spoil that because it's just a
Well, I mean,
priceless scene.
it's technically in the trailer.
Yeah, that was in the trailer.
That's true.
That line where he says, do you want a juice box and some fruit snacks? And Paul Rudd's like, wait, do you have some? I love that.
That would be me.
But yeah, action scene's probably that. Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite scene was the Michael Pena scene where he's telling the story and they kind of drunk history it, right? And everybody's saying it just the way he does.
Yeah.
I just love that, man. I just love that. And I'm glad they only did it once.
Yeah.
Because they did it like 3 times the first movie.
Yeah.
And this one, they didn't beat the dead horse. They just did it once. And it was just right.
Yep.
I love that.
I don't even remember.
Justice, who was your favorite character in the movie? And why?
I would go with the daughter of Ant-Man.
So, the Wasp.
No.
Cassie.
Kathy.
Oh, the daughter of Ant-Man.
Because I felt like in her part she was funny. She was very, very well utilized. So I would say her.
Okay, yeah, she was good. That's an interesting choice. Good job.
Haha, special.
It's not a competition. How about you, Jack?
I would Wasp, hands down.
Really?
She was just so great. Yeah.
Nah.
I thought she did a really good job of just balancing the need and desire to see her mother, and just being awesome, like kicking butt.
Yeah. Is
I
she
felt
in
like
the...
you liked the action a lot. I did not like the action in the movie.
Yeah, I love the action. Because I think that movie's got it can do different things that they just don't do in
So
any
what,
other
you like the
movies.
story more?
I liked just like the characters goofing around. Like that was my favorite
Yeah.
parts of the movie.
You
I
love-
didn't
yeah.
the action. I was like, oh, cool action.
Yeah.
It was just to me. This isn't the best action. It's not the worst action, but it's not like this is so intense.
Yeah.
Although, Justus, that's not the kind of thing you see in every movie. I mean, you got people shrinking super small. They're making a salt shaker the size of a refrigerator.
That was
know?
the best action moment.
It's
I was like, clever.
It's so imaginative and creative
Yeah.
what they do with this series, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not like anything you'd see in any other movie.
My question to you is, what do you think the third one is going to be called?
If there is a third one. Dun, dun, dun.
No, there's going to be a third one.
We don't know.
No, we know because here's the thing. It always happens. Marvel movies are in 3. It's not 2.
He does have a valid point there.
And
Are
plus,
all Marvel movies?
all
in three?
Marvel movies
3
are
Iron
in sets of
Mans,
3.
3 Thors, there's 3 Guardians of the Galaxies, or there's going to be a third one.
There's going to be 3 Spider-Mans, 3 Black Panthers.
If
3
they all
Guardians.
live, we
Three
don't know
Captain
that all
Americas.
Yes, we do.
I'm going to tell you right now, if Marvel is smart, some of those people die for real.
No, they're all in the Soul Gem.
But not
We all know
Panther.
this.
You can't kill Panther.
Yeah, everyone is
They won't
alive.
kill
They're all in the Soul Gem.
I agree with you that there's going to be 3 for pretty much all of them.
Yeah, it's gonna like the Marvel, like Captain Marvel, 3. Everything's in sets of 3.
Trinity, baby. Come on.
How many Doctor Stranges do we have to sit through?
3.
I like Doctor Strange.
I like Doctor Strange, except like the ending. The ending confused me.
That's my least favorite. That and the second Thor are my least
The
favorite.
second Thor is...
The second
pretty
Thor
bad.
is the worst.
Yeah, like those are bottom.
The first Thor compared to the third Thor are vastly different.
Yeah, they are. The tone of it.
Mm-hmm.
The third
Third
Thor
Thor
is
just
just
nailed it.
you can't top that. I loved it.
Nailed it. Yeah.
Anyway, but what I was saying is the action in Ant-Man, it's unique. You don't
Yes.
see that kind of stuff in every movie. But man, I just can't imagine how hard it is to make a movie like that. The
Yeah.
scale of it, to have, you know what I mean? To have this big, giant, little, small. It's just, I think it's pretty incredible what they did. Let's see. Where do you recognize the Bible in the story of Ant-Man and the Wasp?
I don't know.
I have a good answer for this one.
Let's go to Jack. Then
Yeah, Jack, youth pastor.
I mean, I think
You're a pastor. You gotta
the
know.
Wasp's name is Hope.
Oh, wait a second.
I mean,
That's
I think
deep right there.
think there's definitely an element of hope there. There's hope for Janet to be rescued, and hope for
All the
Scott to
Marvel
have
movies.
a real family life after this house arrest.
Yeah.
So I think it just speaks a lot of hope. And
What is here's my angle. You ready?
yep,
What is the most popular current worship song in America? Do you know what it is?
the most current.
Right now, the number one most popular worship song in America. Do you know what it
Reckless
is?
Love?
That's it. Reckless Love. And what does it say in there? That you would leave the 99 for the one.
Yep.
Okay.
And as we watch Dr. Pim, he spent his whole life trying to chase after the one that he loves.
Mm-hmm.
It's deep right there.
It's good.
You know what I'm saying?
It's good.
He would leave the 99 for her.
Yeah, mine's nothing like that.
What's yours?
I truthfully got nothing. Like, to be honest, like, my best impression is her name was Hope.
Impreciation?
Okay, we're not going to go into my English.
What is the root word of impreciation?
I don't know.
Is that Latin?
Maybe.
Impreciation. Okay. Is the movie relevant to both of our generations? Justus.
Ja.
So you say yes. I
I'm
say
German
yes.
now.
Yes.
I actually really love all the father-daughter stuff in it.
Yep.
That's really
great.
cool.
Well, there's two generations of father-daughter.
That's right.
Scott and Cassie, and Hank and Hope.
You know what? One thing I didn't like about the movie.
And actually, you could almost count Bill and Ghost.
Who we do not know.
Right, because he treats her like a daughter.
Yep.
Man, you totally just spoiled who Bill is. Oh my goodness.
Well, no, he didn't. Don't worry about that. We're not giving away too much. The only thing I didn't like about the movie was Michelle Pfeiffer's lips. Like, something's wrong.
Who is Michelle Pfeiffer?
She's the original. She's Mrs. Pimp.
Oh.
Janet.
Something's wrong with her lips. She's had too much done. So it's very... It's weird looking.
I didn't
Maybe
notice
it's
it,
the
and
fact she was in the quantum realm for like.
The
it
quantum.
shrunk her lip.
The quantum.
It shrunk
No,
her-
it didn't shrink it.
It
It's
made
like
it
puffy.
large.
It's like
Oh.
she had something put in there.
Also, I loved her outfit when she was in the quantum realm. I love how it was like half of the Wasp and like her sword was like the Wasp thing. That was really cool.
What did she eat while she was in the quantum realm?
Cells?
How did she exist all that time? You're a comic book guy.
Tardigans. Tardigans.
What's a tardigan?
Remember those little creatures that when he got stuck that were about to eat him?
Yeah.
I think that's what they're called.
I thought it was a sweater.
No, those things are real things. They're like one of the
Yeah,
smallest.
those things are like real animals.
I have several tardigans that I wear in the winter.
Wow, that's weird. You must get really small.
There's the dad joke for the podcast, people. Just write it down.
I have a black one. I call it
What do
Panther.
you call
When you see me in a black cardigan this winter, just
Yes.
be like, "Oh, you're going with the Panther
going with
look."
the
huh?
Panther look.
That's right. Oh my
the
goodness.
members only jacket over it?
No, I never had a members only. Okay, so we liked the movie. Did we love the movie?
I loved it to an extent.
Okay, I do want to right now in this moment, I want to give a spoiler warning because we're going to spoil the very, very last ending of the movie. Not the way the movie ends, but the way that they tie this movie in with Infinity War. So you have been warned. We are going to talk about something that if you don't want it spoiled for you, you better skip ahead 3 or 4 minutes, okay? So I thought the way that they incorporated Infinity War into the end of this movie was absolutely genius. Did you
And
guys,
also-
what y'all think?
Yeah, it was great. But now I'm like, how's Ant-Man going to be in Infinity War Part 2? Stuck in the quantum realm thingy.
This is what I'm saying. Who's going to even know that he's in there?
No one.
Exactly. Infinity War 2 is going to be crazy, dude.
It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, it was
Is
good.
it even called Infinity War 2?
No, they haven't.
Have they released
they
the real
have not
name yet?
released the name yet.
That sucks.
There's a rumor that it's in game, but I don't know.
That would be
I
so
don't know if
cool.
that's
I would
the
love
actual
that. Because like
subtitle.
Doctor Strange and stuff, that would be really cool. I would
Who's
like
left?
The original Avengers plus Rocket.
Yeah, let's go Rocket.
So they purposely brought it back to the original core in Rocket.
Wow.
I like Rocket.
So it's
let's go
Iron
Rocket.
Man, Thor, Captain America, Hulk.
Black Widow,
Don't forget Rocket. Rocket's the
Rocket, and I think War Machine's in there.
Okay.
Wait, do we know if Hawkeye's still alive?
Hawkeye's supposedly still.
He's immaterial.
Hawkeye doesn't matter.
So if you haven't seen the movie and you're still listening, and you don't care about being spoiled, here's what happens. They're going into the quantum realm, or they're sending Ant-Man into the quantum realm to collect data, to
collect healing material to save
Ghost.
Oh, because they're
Ghost is now a friend.
yes.
I wonder if Ghost is alive.
They didn't show us that.
No.
I wonder if Ghost would be like still alive and be like, boom.
Wouldn't it suck if they came back and they healed Ghost and then boom, immediately she got
Immediately, that would be
she got
hilarious.
vanished.
Just like, well,
Did a whole lot of work for this. But anyway, so he's in the quantum realm, and then they're counting down to when they're going to bring him back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then you stop hearing anything. And then when they come back to show us, the Wasp, both the Wasps,
And Dr.
the Wasp
Pimp.
and the Pimps.
Yep.
Pimps.
They have.
No, that's
Well,
not
they're
what-
all pimps.
They're all
yes,
pimps.
They're
that's
all-
right.
they're the
They
Pimps.
have the Pimps.
Bro,
Gladys, I don't know what Gladys
If
Knight
the last
is.
name was Pimp, I would like.
She's singing at their funeral.
Yeah, if she's still with us.
It's true.
But anyway, all 3 of them, they got raptured. They're up there with Jesus. You know?
We call the Thanos thing the Rapture.
That's
It
good.
was.
Yep.
They stole that directly from the Bible.
Yep.
They did.
Yeah. So
That's what we should have said for when we were reviewing Infinity War.
I did say that.
No, you didn't.
Yes, 100%.
I'm gonna rewatch that episode and make sure that.
It's difficult for you to watch it. It's an audio platform,
Okay.
but you can listen to it. Anyway, so they're gone, and that's how they end the movie. It's Ant-Man going, guys, come on, quit messing with me. And you come back, and they're like, the little particles are floating.
And then at the very end, we get Ant-Man and the Wasp will return? Question mark.
Yes. So that's why earlier when you said we know they're going to be in it, I don't think we know anything.
I think I know it.
Ant-Man's gonna do it. He's gonna be
Yeah,
the key to saving them.
How?
Yeah.
He can't get out by himself?
Ant-Man's gonna like grow to 9,000 feet and be like, "Hey Thanos, I'm gonna step on you."
Here's what I think maybe could happen is she did mention don't get stuck in a time vortex. In that little scene, she says that going in, hey, don't forget, don't get stuck in a time vortex or something.
What will that do?
And I think maybe that's gonna bring him back in time to where he can warn everybody.
And then stop it from happening?
No, because like in the leaked like things, they have like them redoing like the Avengers 1.
Yep.
You found it out. Good job.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
Because like they've leaked photos of them like doing the original Avengers.
Well, I thought that Captain Marvel was going to be the key to the whole thing.
I think she'll be a big key to it too.
Yeah.
And then Spidey's gonna come back and he's gonna land the finishing blow. Spidey for the win.
Okay. Awesome. So, all right, let's come back and give our, how many fikes would you give this movie? I'll give mine first. I would give it 8.5 fikes.
Okay, I'm solid with the 8, but I'm gonna have to go down a bit. Gonna give it a 7.3.
Whoa, 7.3 fikes. How about you, Jack?
I'm gonna go 8 fikes.
8 fikes.
Yeah, I'm gonna meet in the middle.
Where do you rank? What is your top 5 Marvel movies?
In order, or
Do you feel like you have it off the top of your head?
I would say probably, maybe not in particular. I love Infinity War, Thor Ragnarok,
Yeah.
Guardians 1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I really did love Spider-Man.
Uh-huh.
I've got a guilty pleasure.
Homecoming.
Yeah, Homecoming was
Yeah,
great.
me too.
How is that a guilty pleasure?
Because like they had made those original Spider-Man movies that were 1 and 2 were fantastic and 3 sucked. And
Yeah.
the remakes.
Venom.
Yeah, and then probably Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Black Panther's really up there, but
I need
really
to
did
rewatch
love
Winter Soldier.
I really love Winter
Because
Soldier.
when I first watched it, it was like I don't understand any of this.
Yeah.
That was like 9, 8.
Uh-huh.
Because that was like 2012.
I mean, he
2013.
beats up George St. Pierre at the beginning of the movie.
Winter Soldier's not the one with Red Skull.
No.
That was
That's
the
the
first
one.
Captain
That's
America.
the one where Hydra takes over Shield.
Yeah.
And then Buggy comes and he's like, "Booyah!"
Mm-hmm. What's your top 5, Justus? Top 5 Marvels.
Not in order. Thor, Infinity War, Panther, the War. I mean, I already said Ragnarok.
Start over. Ragnarok, Panther, Infinity War.
Original Avengers, and Guardians.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I actually forgot about original Avengers. That one was pretty solid.
That original scene when like they were doing like the Paralympic thing. I was like, oh yeah. I rewatched the original Iron Man a couple weeks ago because it's like free on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime, please sponsor us. And I was like, man, this is how it started.
Yep.
And it wasn't like a particularly good movie.
Yeah, probably compared to some of the newer ones.
So
I think my favorite line in any Marvel movie was in that original Avengers when the Hulk is fighting Loki and he just like slaps him around and then he says, "Puny God." I was like, dude, I lost it in the theater. I laughed so hard.
I remember that.
And I was like, yeah. I was like all in on that.
Yeah.
That was awesome. All right. Well, cool. That's our review for Ant-Man. Jack, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey,
Had a
for
good
having me.
time.
Appreciate it.
We'll nerd out together in the future.
Love
what do you
it.
think?
Sounds
Anytime.
great.
So we don't really have enough Justus to talk about in regards to like boss moves this week. Because really not much has happened since that crazy frenzy of all the action.
Yeah.
We're still waiting on Kawhi. We're waiting to see where Carmelo ends up. But Summer League basketball is here. So just real quick, give the listeners what you think are the winners and losers of Summer League basketball.
So the biggest winner is the Suns because Josh Jackson, DeAndre Ayton, and McCall Bridges doing wonderful.
Yeah.
And the biggest loser is the Kings because Marvin Bagley had a serious injury.
How serious?
Like, he's out for the rest of the Summer League and the start of training camp.
Oh, no. That's not good.
So
And,
now we know he's a bit injury prone.
And the Hawks. because of Trae Young. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, he's not.
I feel bad for us Nuggets because we won't have a chance in the summer league because Porter's still injured.
That's okay. We're storing up our treasures for the winter. It's gonna be awesome. I think summer league basketball has been so fun.
Oh yeah,
I've
it's
really
super
enjoyed
fun to
watching it.
watch.
And I'm watching Wimbledon. Federer's gonna make it through. He
Serena's
won.
gonna make it through.
Serena won today.
Venus is still terrible.
Venus is, well, she's older and she's out. But anyway, it's fun to watch sports this week, even though it's kind of a slow week in sports. Summer league basketball and Wimbledon are awesome. So, do you care about the World League? About the World Cup? I mean,
No,
you don't care about it.
I haven't watched a single game. Sorry,
Yeah.
all soccer fans. I'm not soccer.
I have a hard time with it too. Anyway,
Like if I want to take a nap, I'll maybe put it on.
you learned that from me. I'm the same way. I have a hard time with World Cup. Everybody I know is so into it, and I just can't get into it.
Yeah,
It's tough.
I just know France won, and that's it.
It looks like France is going to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
They will play, I think, England or somebody. Croatia.
The England.
Anyway, so we don't have much boss moves for you this week. So with that said, we're going to dive right into our other favorite segment of the week, and that is the question game. Let's get it.
And I have a question for everybody here tonight.
Asking all these questions, why you asking all these questions? Asking all these questions, why you asking all these questions? Asking all these questions, why you ask so many questions?
And let me ask you something.
I got a question.
Let the games begin.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let
so
the games begin.
let the games begin. All right, Jack, since you're our guest for the question game, we'll let you start us off.
By that we mean we still haven't thought of our questions, so why don't you go?
Okay, so I got a question. Going back to Ant-Man,
Okay.
what was the purpose, or why was there so much influence about magic in the movie?
What? Oh, like all the sleight of hand stuff. That wasn't coincidental.
I think it wasn't.
Like he's gonna, like maybe Paul Rudd, Ant-Man, down the road is gonna have an opportunity to fool Thanos with just some simple magic.
Wow.
I think there's that, and when you, in the movie, in that action scene there where they're chasing the office.
I thought it was just a joke.
It
Which
reminds
one?
you of
One of the-
that
yeah.
3-cup game with the ball underneath,
Yeah,
where they're trying to rotate.
like
to
3-card
see-
Monty.
Yep. So I think they were even trying to play that in that magic idea in the action scenes.
That's so obscure. I didn't even think
I
about
would
that.
never think about that. You go deep.
Deep.
You're just like, I'm gonna understand this.
All right, I have a question for you, Jack.
Yep.
So, in what ways? I should have asked this during the review,
Yep.
but in what ways is the Ant-Man movie series similar and dissimilar to the comic book? Because you've read the comic book, right?
Yeah, I've read it most. I mean, I think the biggest difference is Scott is the second Ant-Man, so traditionally the Avengers, Ant-Man and Wasp were on the Avengers from the beginning.
The pimps.
The Pimps were...
They're the pimps, man.
The Pimps were in
They're the
the
true
game
pimps.
from the beginning. So that's probably the biggest difference,
Huh.
that they started with Scott, who was the second one, instead of Hank.
But like the tone of it is pretty much the same. It's kind of a comic romp.
Yeah, I mean the comic's pretty similar in a lot of ways. The Scott's past and that stuff is really similar. And Cassie, hopefully, I think they're setting her up to be Stature. She's gonna be a superhero.
Really, your favorite character?
Yeah.
gonna
You
be
So
know,
I think they're setting up already dominoes for like young Avengers.
to like that,
young
I
superhero
remember as
types.
a kid, I loved the movie The Next Avengers for
Yep.
some reason.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
feel
one.
like one of the last movies
Yep.
they do.
I think they're setting that up now. We're just not seeing a lot.
Amazing. They could be making comic book movies forever.
Oh, they've said they've been planning to 2024 already.
What? I'm
Crazy.
happy now. 'Cause now I don't even have to worry about not seeing a Marvel movie till after I graduate. I can be like, okay, I'm about to graduate and time to go watch a Marvel movie.
Yeah, that's it. And we can podcast about
Then we
it.
can podcast, say I'm going off to college.
So no matter where Jack is in the world, this is like a new pact.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, my question is for both of you.
Okay.
What is the nerdiest thing you've ever done? This is mostly for Jack, but I'm also asking you this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I'll tell you one of my nerdiest, most embarrassing. They kind of tie. I was in the 6th grade. It was Halloween, and when I was growing up, it was really popular to dress as a Power Ranger.
Sure.
So I dressed.
Wait, can I just ask you a question?
Yeah.
Who told you that it was really popular to dress as a
That's
Power
a great
Ranger?
question. I don't know.
Where did you get that information?
I don't know. So I totally dressed as. You want to guess which ranger I dressed as?
I don't know their names,
pink
but I would
one.
say the red one.
It was the red one.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the
And
pink one.
you know, I was becoming a young man,
Yeah.
and this outfit was a bit too tight.
A little snug.
It was a little snug. Yeah, so it was showing off my Rangers a little bit more. I had hoped. So
And there wasn't a lot of power back in
there
6th
wasn't
grade.
not a lot of power in 6th grade. So yeah, dressing as a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger for Halloween.
Did people tease you about this, or did they just let
Well,
it
I
go?
always got teased because my name was Jack, so that's a constant. for
Why
me.
is Jack a reason to get teased?
Jack in the Box?
Yeah.
Jack with the Beanstalk. Jack went up the hill.
Okay.
Oh,
I
I
could
thought
name
the
a
most
few.
popular
This
name
is a
was-
family podcast.
That's right.
So,
This is a PG. I got the rest of it.
yeah.
I don't.
That's good. Stay pure, brother. To the pure, all
Pure,
things are
bro.
pure. My nerdiest thing was, shout out to my boy Mark Wallace. When I was in 7th grade, he and I, you don't know this about me, but he and I drew and created a monthly episodic comic book.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the kindergarten story.
It was called Jacks of All Trade. That's what it was called.
It's coming full circle. People.
Jacks of I'm not making this up. Jacks of All Trade, and there were 3 or 4 of us that were like in this friend group, and we were the heroes. And every month, a different teacher from our school was the bad guy. And so, like, if when it was Mr. Harris's turn, we would create this story about how he got like nuclear waste fell upon him, and he became whatever, And so,
Shout out Toxic Avenger.
yeah. So Mr. Harris, he was rough. And so
Were like the teachers mad at you for making this?
we would go to Kinko's and we would make, 30 copies of this. I don't think my mom and dad even knew about this. Like, we super kept it under wraps. And we would sell them at school. Like, I sold my comic book and blow pops. That's the other thing I used to do. I used to be your boy. I used to be, if you needed a blow pop, I got you. I got you, player.
In 2nd and 3rd grade, like, we had like an underground Pokemon cards thing where we just like sold them.
Yeah.
We were like, here's the goods.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if that counts as nerdy, but I mean, so I did most of the drawing.
Yep.
And then Mark would create the stories. And so he would tell me what the story was and I would draw it out. And then we'd make it together and then we'd send it out. Yeah.
Do they exist somewhere?
Somewhere in storage, there are Jacks of All Trades.
All right, people, we need you to phone in, to call in, to send in your texts, your emails. We need to see Jack of All Trades.
It was
Come on.
powerful.
We gotta get those Jack
So-
of all trades.
Hey, we could raise some money.
This
Get a little.
is a true story what I'm about to tell you. After we had made about 7 or 8 episodes of them, editions of them.
So I love how you were doing the money
Trying
thing
to
while
find,
doing it.
trying to find with my hands the word. We got called into the principal's office, Mark and myself, and there's a stack of all 7 on the principal's office on the desk, and the principal said to us, "You boys want to explain yourself?" And we were like, "It's in the comic book with the like we were scared." And she goes, "What I mean is, I'm the principal of this school. How come I haven't been in this comic book yet?"
That's awesome.
And so after that, and so like she was
That's
like,
the best principal.
so she
well,
was
that's
like,
not the best principal because my principal's the best. But
yeah,
that's
but
one
she
of
was
the
like
best.
encouraging us, like we're using our creativity in a positive way.
That's cool.
And so she goes, "How come I'm not in this comic book?" And so after that, we made her. You know how like the Legion of Doom had
Yep.
like the one bad guy that was in charge.
Yep.
Who was that?
Darkseid.
Darkseid. We
I
made
thought that
her.
was Dr. Doom.
Well, that's Marvel.
Yeah.
He's talking DC.
Oh.
Anyway,
Nobody cares.
we made her like the big bad, and she was in charge of all the bad guys, and so she was in every comic book after that. We made sure of it, And so we did it for like all of 7th grade and the first semester of 8th grade, and then we just kind of stopped doing it. But yeah, we had fun with that.
You and Mark should meet like a like 30 years later after all these events was happened.
Yeah.
That's what you guys should do.
Yeah.
And
it would be good.
We should just
I
make
remember,
a podcast and let's read it.
You remember how in Deadpool they talked about how the guy can't draw feet?
Yep.
I totally was terrible at drawing feet. Like, feet were gigantic on my people. And pecs. Man, their pecs were so big. Anyway, so let's see. One more question for each of us. So, did you ask that last one?
I did.
Yeah, go ahead, Jack.
I'm thinking. You got one if you got one.
Yeah, I do have one. It's for you, though.
Oh.
You ready?
Yeah.
What is it that you love the most and hate the worst about being a youth pastor?
Love the worst. I get to talk about Jesus and hang out with students, and I get to have fun and talk about real life and real things. Thing I hate the most.
Dealing with Justus fight.
No, I mean,
You're in the best category.
yeah, you're in the best category.
Thank you.
It's just really that. I think what bothers me the most is people that give up too easily or have wasted potential. I hate seeing wasted potential in people where they don't recognize the gifts that God's given them and they're not using them. They're just kind of floating along in life.
Wasting their talents.
Wasting them.
Yeah.
I have a good one for you, Jack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go first.
So I would say for the Fike brothers, the Fike boys.
Yes.
The five boys with
Fike boys,
two
not-
Z's.
With
Because we're pimps out here.
I don't think you know what a pimp is. That's
I don't.
That's the real issue with this whole joke. After this podcast is over, I'm going to tell you what a pimp is. And then we're going to have some explaining to do.
there was pimps in the Bible.
Yeah, that's
There
true.
was.
It's the oldest profession.
Is it? I don't even know anymore.
So for you two guys, what has been the most rewarding aspect of this podcast?
Oh.
Definitely the bonding time. Because this is for my dad. My dad says this, not me. My love language is like time with the person.
Yep.
So it's very fun to just talk with my dad for an hour about sports, movies. And it's super fun that we get to like see all these movies. It's really fun for me.
When you said rewarding, I was just thinking of the sponsorships. I thought
That all goes-
Come on, new uniform, white tee.
Do you know what I'm saying? Somebody told me if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You ever heard that? No,
Technically.
I fully agree with what you said. It's been amazing to hang out with this guy and to pull things out of him that he doesn't even know is in there. And everybody that talks to me about our podcast, I'm like, have you listened to the show? They're like, yes, Justus is so great. I'm like, I'm on the show too, you big jerk.
You big jerk.
So
I feel like one time they're gonna be like, Justus sucks.
no,
It's all you, Fike. You carry the podcast. You're the
everybody just loves you to pieces, Justus.
best. Just
So-
want to say to all the people that listen to this podcast, I wouldn't be here without you. Thank you so much.
And you also wouldn't be here without your dad.
That's 100%.
No, nobody
true.
cares about him.
It's probably literally more true what Jack just said than what you just said.
Yeah, technically, but
That-
metaphorically, because they're there, money.
Metaphorically.
That's that
Okay.
7th grade SCS education right
Yep.
The
A
education.
lot of syllables.
there. Okay, you said you had one more question. What is it?
Okay, so this is to the both of you. What is your favorite part about our middle school program, aka Bridge? And what is something you would want to do at Bridge? Like, to improve it?
Okay, my answer is Jack Grimes. To the first part.
And improving Jack Grimes.
And improve it and get rid of Jack
I
Grimes.
love Jack Grimes is my favorite thing and the thing I would want to improve the most. Yeah.
That's the best statement.
So true. Did my wife tell you to say that?
No. No, you guys do a great job, man. You really do.
Good.
This has been your favorite youth group that you've been a part of.
Yeah, because at our previous church, there wasn't one. And at the church before that, I wasn't old enough.
You weren't old enough. That's right. So you're shaping the culture for this guy, and it's
Love
been
it.
awesome. Yeah.
It's So there's a lot of pressure now.
I actually think what's best. Here's what I think.
Yep.
You guys push against consumerism, and that's what I like the best.
I don't know what that word means.
It's the concept of I'm here to receive. I've come tonight to receive. Feed me, feed me, feed me. You push against that, and you communicate. You're here to lead. You're here because you have the potential to go be an influencer.
Yep.
Don't just come and receive knowledge tonight. Come and for sure be encouraged, be inspired, but get out of here and go be a light in a dark world.
Yep.
And I think y'all do that really well. Even with Explosion, how many middle school and high school kids served at Explosion and the impact it had on Justus.
Explosion was probably the best VBS ever.
That's great.
Yeah. So that's my answer. You're in it.
Yeah, I would say, for me, that kind of ties into it with small groups. I think that's the point where you can't consume. You got to really participate and really dig deep and talk about what's real. And I think we don't have enough places in our life where we get to talk about what's real. Mm-hmm. So that's what I love the most. What would I change?
Like, what's something you really want to push for to, like, oh, this would be super fun, or, oh, this would really relate to the
Better
kids.
worship.
So, all right, so I'm going to give you just an idea that I've got on my mind that I really want to take some ground in, that I think could be important for us, is really having a heavy influence on YouTube and having a YouTube channel and using it to reach students that maybe aren't going to our church.
You guys already do a great job with Instagram.
Yeah, but I think at YouTube, I want to find a way that we can take a quick lesson, and you could go at your lunch table and pop open YouTube real fast and watch a 5-minute thing and then talk about it at lunch.
Well, I technically can't do that because SDS has rules.
Well, we'll talk. We'll give a talk to old Brian.
We have ways.
My boy.
We have the way.
But yeah, I think that's a place where I'd love to see some improvement, digital.
Like equipping the students to use technology in order to kind of speak the language of the kids that they're...
Yeah, because I think you guys live in a digital world and a physical world, so...
I remember last year you guys had like a whole what's it called, like sermon series on like how to use technology in a good way.
Yep, that's right.
That's awesome. Well, fellas, it's been a joy and a pleasure to have this time with the both of you.
Appreciate it.
Jack, thanks for all your nerd expertise that you've brought.
It comes in handy.
You're much more than a nerd. You know that? You're a good man, Jack.
All right, I try.
Jack.
I'm no Dr. Pimp, but I'm getting there.
Pimping ain't easy. I don't know if you ever heard that before.
I have.
Yeah. So as always,
I feel like afterwards, when this podcast is done, I'm gonna be like, I messed up.
I think Pimpin' needs to be in the title, part of Ant-Man, Pimpin'.
Yeah.
Pimpin'
ain't easy.
Pimpin' ain't easy.
Yeah. As always, it's been an awesome episode. We appreciate everybody for listening. There is only one rule on the Fight Club, and that rule is...
to always talk about the Fight Club.
That's
Eating
right.
lunch, talking about the Fight Club. Sleeping, talking about the Fight Club. Dreaming, talking about the Fight Club.
Yeah. If you can't talk about Jesus, maybe you can talk about the Fight Club.
You don't need to talk about Jesus, just talk about the Fight Club.
If you listen to the Fight Club, you're going to hear about Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just talk about the Fight Club.
Right.
What?
So that's our one rule. We're all over the place: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at the Fight Club, all of those places. We don't have a YouTube channel. Maybe Jack is inspiring us, but we are on
Jack,
YouTube.
we need you to be our appropriate person that's in charge of our YouTube.
Yes,
You're hired.
there you go.
Once I can figure it out, I'll see
Figure
what
it
I
out.
can do.
Well,
Welcome to the team.
Our podcasts are on YouTube, and so if you're listening to it there, what's up? Shout out. But anyway, we'll talk
Comment
to
what
you.
your favorite subject of this whole conversation was.
Yes, we will talk to you next time. We do want to hear your thoughts and your questions. Give us questions for the question game. We love your thoughts. We love your questions. We will talk to you next time. Peace.